It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these AFC South foes. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Music City. Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, and Nissan Stadium on the shores of the Cumberland River. We are bundled up. This should be a fun one. So glad you're with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, we love watching and calling snow games, but you played weather like this. What's it like?
Oh, man, there is nothing better. Kind of brings you back to your roots of having a snow day, a day off of school, and just get all your buddies in the neighborhood and just go play outside. But in all seriousness, it actually really benefits the offense. I mean, people always are questioning the passing game and whatnot. The offense knows where they're going. It's on the defense to react, and that's where the footing and that's where the snow really has its biggest effect. I think today, for both teams, advantage offense.
Here is Cam Little, ready to get this thing started. And through the snowflakes, off we go here on EA Sports. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Tennessee offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be let out by their quarterback, the veteran from Oklahoma State. It's Mason Rudolph.
The thing that has always really stood out and impressed me the most about this guy, Mike, is how steady and reliable he is anytime he's called upon. You know exactly what you're getting anytime he's under center. Maybe not the biggest arm in the world, but I'll tell you what, he gives you just enough to work with, and he is capable of getting...
Oh, the first play, and he is intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Ronald Darby. And he's going to bring this one back. Wow, less than a minute into the game. It's a pick six and an early touchdown. You get the ball to start the game thinking you'll score on offense. Instead, they allow the defense to be the first on the board in this one.
So now the question is, Mike, do you allow this to linger the rest of the day? You've dug yourself a pretty big hole here to start, but you've got to pick yourself up and realize this game is far from over, and we now got to get the ball back and establish some early rhythm.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They are obviously still smarting from that pick six a moment ago. Quick 7-0 hole. Try to start digging out now with 1st and 10. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
I think all of us up here in the booth were curious, how is this quarterback going to bounce back following the pick six? And, a lot of guys come back and they're very conservative and they just want to dink and dunk because they're scared to throw another pick. Well, we found out pretty quickly. Not this guy. He's going to continue to attack the ball downfield, and he's looking to make big plays any chance he gets.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
This one pulled in by Westbrook Akine. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it with Tony Pollard. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They send Ridley in motion. Back to throw is Rudolph. It is caught. It is Westbrook-Akine. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Rudolph. Catch made, that's Boyd. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Offensively landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
A ball deep for the end zone. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
A gain there of 11. That's good for a Titan first down.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
Here's a shot toward the end zone. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
The motion man is Boyd. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him, and will bring up 3rd down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Throwing right, it's taken in. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a first down.
This is the age-old dilemma that defensive coordinators go back and forth on. Is the best pass defense to send more big bodies at the quarterback and get the ball out of his hand? Or is it to really pack your back end, Mike, with more defensive backs and more guys that can guard space? In this case, they got a lot of defensive backs on the field. Quarterback has a lot of time to find the open zone and leads to a big play.
This one caught at the 4. And he'll take it on in. Boyd, touchdown Titans.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass, results in the touchdown pass. But really everything they did, the entire possession, worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
The veteran Nick Folk here for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Titans will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. On the return, it's Parker Washington. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Jacksonville offense ready to go to work for the first time. Leading them out, the former #1 overall pick back in the 2021 draft, it's Trevor Lawrence.
Every team stresses it all week in practice, Mike, as they're building their scripts and they're delivering their team message. You want to start fast in the NFL. Playing from behind is a nightmare. You can't come out flat and allow the opposing team to strike first. They understand the importance. This opening drive, they feel really good about the plays they have tabled. They really feel good about the week of practice they had. Now all that has to come together, start fast, and then see if you can sustain it for 4 quarters.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. On the ground, here's the Clemson product, Travis Etienne. And he's going to take this past the 45, and that's good enough for a first down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. A pass complete to the tight end, Evan Ingram. 17 yards that time for number 17.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The tight end, Ingram, is on the move. Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Amani Hooker there on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He will find Thomas. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. He'll get this complete over the middle with Kirk. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. All even on the scoreboard. And we're back in Music City after this. Here's 1st and 10. Now Etienne. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Man in motion here is Washington. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. Will be brought down inside the 25. The terrific interior performer Jeffrey Simmons on the stop. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. He'll try and get there on the ground. Trevor avoids the hit, takes a slide, but also picks up a first down. It's a gain of 10, and they'll get a fresh set of downs.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the first down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
Evan Ingram, the intended target, and it'll be second down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Man in motion here is Washington. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. Lawrence. That's caught left side by Ingram. And the Jaguars are looking at a first and goal as he's taken down at the 2-yard line.
You just can't ask for better protection than that, especially on third down. Clean pocket, tons of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. And at this level, if you give quarterbacks that amount of time, chances are they're going to find somebody downfield.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's first and goal. They'll run it here with ETN. And no signal, waiting. They say he did not break the plane. He's down inside the 1. Come a little closer. Here's second and goal. They'll run with Bigsby. Trying to find a crease in there. It's a big pile of bodies, but he is going to come up short.
Mike, these are the spots that if I was a play caller, I think I'm calling up something down the field. You know the defense is really packed in tight, anticipating a run. Now's the time, play action and throw it over their head. They take a little bit more of a conservative approach, still get stopped for no gain, brings up third and short.
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Trevor Lawrence, touchdown Jaguars. Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal line.
Here's Cam Little for the PAT. These kicks not a given in the snow, but this one is good. And the Jaguars will move out to a 14-7 lead. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Titans offense and Tyler Boyd heading back onto the field. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for first and 10. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. Here's Rudolph. That's deep. Looking for Boyd. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a third down.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? The best time to call a screen is when the defense is anticipating pass. Allow that defensive front to rush the passer. Just get through the offensive line enough before you drop it to your back. Get out behind those big offensive linemen and pick up the first down.
Rudolph. Quick throw here is complete. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. We're back to Nashville in a moment. Here's a 3rd down and 4. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. Short pass taken in by the tight end. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here. So on 4th down, the Titans turn it over to Ryan Stonehouse to punt. Back deep for Jacksonville, that's Devin Duvernay. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Now Lawrence. That's complete. It's Parker Washington. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. The tight end, Ingram, is on the move. On 1st down, Lawrence. To the right side, and Kirk's got it. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
In motion comes Thomas. 2nd down, Lawrence. This one complete to Washington. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Christian Kirk, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Inside the 10, it is caught, and he's going to be taken down. Ball sitting at the 7. First and goal. To throw is Lawrence. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Cam Little for this field goal attempt. This about as short as you can get. Through the falling snow, the kick is good. And the Jaguars going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. To throw is Rudolph. Here's a ball thrown deep right sideline. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports Halftime Report. The big story thus far has really been the snow. It's made footing treacherous. And if the forecast holds, it's only going to get worse. But I can tell you as a fan, these are the games you love to watch.
All right, Coach, thank you. The snow continuing to fall as we ready ourselves for the second half to follow. Well, this snow not abating at all. If anything, might be coming down a little bit harder as we are underway here in the third. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Jaguars offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. He'll work forward for a couple. The linebacker, Jerome Baker, there to make the play. Second down and 8. Once again, it's ETN. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. Now here's Lawrence. That's over the middle to the tight end Ingram. And he's going to get awfully close to the first down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
This exact situation here, Mike, tends to get a lot of conversation around the league. I think I'm going for it. I think here around midfield, you got to maintain possession, see if you can end this drive with some points. I think you got to stay aggressive, keep your offense on the field.
And that one had too much behind it. It's into the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with first and 10.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
On second down, here's Pollard. And a good run there. Finds the lane, gets forward. Got 8 yards and sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
They send Ridley in motion. Rudolph looking to throw. That's caught. It's Westbrook-Akine. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
On the handoff, Pollard. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing, Rudolph. Now a screen. Here's Pollard. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
How often do we see, Mike, the running back, they get a little too antsy and they go a little too fast on these screen plays. In this case, great job by the back. First, he let his offensive lineman go out. He then follows behind. That's the key to a good screen play.
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. 1st down throw there is incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw is Rudolph. Pass complete. He's got Calvin Ridley. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw still result in a big game.
1st and 10. Now Rudolph. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll look to throw again. Catch made, that's Boyd. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Up the middle, here comes Pollard. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They give to Pollard on the option. And he's inside the 10, pushing forward for a gain of 5 yards. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. The tight end Okonkwo is in motion. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then As they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on fourth down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
And he's going to have a Titans first down, and they get it rather easily. A gain of 9 on 4th and 3.
This is a little bit of a tough spot for a play caller, Mike. 4th down, is it close enough that I can run the ball? Is it far enough that I have to risk a pass? That took some courage to call a run play, and fortunate for them, they're able to celebrate after.
This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's first. He's got his man, middle of the end zone. Nick Westbrook-Akine. Touchdown, Tennessee. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Now, folks, on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Titans are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14. After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. Washington now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Lawrence now to throw on 1st down. The blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes.
What really stood out to me, Mike, was the body language of the middle linebacker prior to the ball being snapped. So often we see the guy who's blitzing, they get a little antsy and they tip their hand. But that wasn't the case here. He times it perfectly, nobody accounts for him, and he comes away with the sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the give, it's Etienne. He'll gain 3 out of this, up to the 23. Third and long. On the draw, the give to Etienne. And this sequence, not one to build on. He's going to lose yardage on the 3rd down, and quickly it brings up 4th down. Punting unit comes on. Jaguars will kick it away as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. Here comes Jackson on the return. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
The tight end Okonkwo is in motion. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Tyler Boyd was the intended target for that one. Now it's going to be 3rd down. The tight end Okonkwo is in motion. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
The Jaguars offense ready for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. His throw left side, taken in by Kirk. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. There's a short one taken by Ingram. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Open man downfield. That's Ingram. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
To the right side, he's got Ingram, the tight end. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
So in regards to being used in the passing game, there's really 2 types of backs in this league. There's the check down back. He's able to just take the short gains and try to pick up more yards after catch. And then there's the back that can be used as a weapon. Man, when you got a guy like that in your passing game, it is a handful for defenses.
That is brought in at the 10. And he'll be taken down.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. That is caught, and he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Christian Kirk, touchdown, Jacksonville. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Little on now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Jaguars go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Titans offense ready to get back at it. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Here's Rudolph. This one pulled in by Westbrook-Akine. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
There's that man again. Another catch.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
He'll look for Pollard out of the backfield. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
And that is incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
And it comes to 4th and 2. Rudolph. He's got his man. That's Boyd. And they're going to get the 1st down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Open man downfield, it's Boyd. And he will get into the end zone. Tyler Boyd, touchdown Titans. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Folk now for the extra point. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the 4th quarter. After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Jags offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. They put Strange in motion. They'll run it once more with Etienne. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. Kirk is the motion man. They'll drop to throw. This one is caught by Kirk. Titans going to use the last of their timeouts here. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. They get 15 on that game. First down, Jacksonville.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
So it is a win for our visitors, the Jaguars. And you could maybe put this one in the surprise column. They're a team certainly not accustomed to practicing in, much less playing in the snow. They had a game plan. They made it work. They're going to get out of here to warmer climates, warmed by a victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.